Hello everybody, welcome to Indigo Tarot Odyssey. How is everybody? Good morning, good morning, good morning. So we are going to see what's coming in today and what you are meant to hear. For the first card we have ebbs and flows, and I've been having this conversation about ebbs and flows with so many friends and clients recently, just talking about how, we get that surge of excitement and curiosity and we're super amped up for whatever is coming that day, that week. And then the next day, what happens through this great anticipation and also expectation, we can experience a type of letdown. Like, why aren't we staying on that high? Why aren't we staying on that, roller coaster of excitement? Because we're not always meant to be super up or super down, right? Our moods are cyclical, and that is all about the ebb and flow. Same thing with the seasons. If it was always summer, you'd be like, please, Lord, let some autumn come in with some pumpkins. Let some winter come in with some snow and all of that. We want the changes because that's what makes the things that are rare and beautiful all that much more special, because they're not around 24/7. And it's saying too, there will always be moments when we find ourselves not feeling like we super fit in the world, at that moment. Some of the people we've known have fallen away, and those we have yet to form a trust and loving relationship are yet to come. We're sometimes given responsibilities to care for on our own when we thought they would be shared, these responsibilities. And it's natural to contemplate that what we may be doing wrong or is lacking in us, but this will pass. The truth is, we all go through the initiations of companionship, solitude, intimacy, estrangement, deep understanding, the grief of being misunderstood, all of this. That is the moment of ebb, but soon the flow of companionship will come back. Friendship and love will surely flow back to us all. With that being true comes a gorgeous sense of belonging. And even me, it's like I have a family, but sometimes I feel like, depending, where my mind is at, and if I'm grounded, if I've meditated, if I'm feeling good about the world, which is the majority of the time, but we all have those times where like, does anybody even understand what language I'm speaking? And or for me in particular, because I am a giver, sometimes I feel like, whoa, the people are getting a bit entitled in my family to thinking all my resources, time and whatnot are available. And then I'm like, whoa, and then we reel it in, but then we recognize, sometimes it's just our thought pattern. And I love the whole idea of any moment we can just ricochet back up there, right, and feel great. And that's what I choose to feel each morning when I get up. I'm like, oh, all right, world, what do I have to be have a lot of gratitude for and feel happy and feel alive and feel vibrant about? And I just started to switch up my schedule again today because I noticed my patterns in my life where things were starting to slide, which was like exercise and all of that. And I said, you know what, that you're at your best before noon physically. If you get up and you get moving, then you don't get in the office and start doing something and get sucked into something. And then that energy kind of ebbs and then you don't have it. So get out there and strike, have your coffee, do a little bit of stuff, be out of the house and at the gym before noon. And that helped me. And that, there are some times too when we're so enthusiastic for growth and expansion. And then there's other times where we just kind of want to recoup and we want to rest and relax, and we need to allow ourselves to do that. So that brings us to watch over you. You are seen, beautiful soul. Your isolation sometimes leads you to feel as though your existence will go unobserved. You are not invisible. You are seen. You are loved. Even in these moments of absolute aloneness, the eyes of the spirit world watch over you more closely now than ever before. These beings who dwell within all the elements, in every tree and every breeze and the deep earth, see you and wish to guide you. They're here to help you with what you need to know. So learn to trust the messages that are coming through for you, and know you are not losing what we call the mind. You're deepening your relationship with the true nature of this beautiful world. The owl knows your name and is calling you home. I love that. So you are being watched over continually. And here's something interesting. I was just noticing an IG today. Bethany Frankel had posted something the other day saying, I found it really weird that usually I'd have thousands upon thousands of views of something. And she's like, and I made a comment on like the Kardashians makeup line and how it was kind of like not great to pack and it was bulky and I don't see this. She goes, and it brings me to wonder, like, there are certain people, powers that be that have a say and will pull strings and restrict or whatever. And so she was saying, that she went online again, and she was just saying, when did this happen? When did this reality happen that everybody is trying to, like, tweak their body and tweak their face and use as many filters and get as much money and have as much excess and try to have control over everybody and have everything always, posting every 5 seconds, a la Kardashian style. And then she said she came on and she's like, I don't care if I get canceled. I need to speak my truth. Like, I don't know why the world is becoming this, and it is true. Sometimes I look at, I'm like, this commercialism, this just this giant thirst pit of look at me every second and everything I'm doing and show me adulation. Like, I don't get it either. And that's why I love the To Watch Over You, because I never feel more loved and grounded and safe and awesome and cared for than I do just sitting out in my yard and watching the birds and sitting by a good old tree. I know my ancestors, I know my mother, my father, grandparents, everybody is looking over me, and I feel super connected like that. So again, you guys, it is completely not about, anything out there in social media world, because it gets so convoluted and so strange. Even I was feeding in a little bit too, because I hadn't posted for like weeks and weeks over on TikTok, because I thought, it's so fast and furious. It's like 30 or 40 or 60 seconds. And that wasn't really my normal style of reading, but I thought it was fun. And I had all these, people doing just nice messages and everything. And then so I just reposted one, and it was so odd because in like I think it was like under 8 hours, it had over like 100,000 views. And I thought, wow, that's really crazy. Like, how many people are over here on TikTok? Like, what is going on? But again, I was realizing, hey, don't feed into this. Like, it doesn't matter if one person saw it and it did something positive for them. That's what matters. And that's the whole thing about not getting sucked into the importance of any kind of numbers over there. Because your angels and guides and your special entities are watching over you and love and adore you regardless of what's going on in any kind of social media, all that hype and stuff. So the ending that opens the space for the beginning, I just love that, because it says you finally came to that place after grief and denial that it would be better for you to let go than to continue and hold on. So you did. You watched it leave, and it never once looked back at you and returned to your hands. Then you began to find a way back to the self you lost when all your energy was poured into a need to stay connected. A beginning is on its way, made more magical and beautiful because you made space for it. The self that held on so tight had no space to receive. Now you know, when you let go, space is made, and into that space will walk the wonder. I love that. So whether it was a relationship, whether it was an idea of your old self, whether it was a job that just wasn't suiting you and a vocation where you hung on to out of like fear or misplaced loyalty, whatever it is, now you have space for all this magic. Sometimes I understand it's not easy to change and get a new groove in that path on life, especially if something is familiar and comfortable. But that's how we grow. That's absolutely how we grow. That's how we create a healthy void to invite new people in, new jobs, new opportunities, by saying, universe, I trust you and I know there's something better. And if I feel a certain way, like something is lacking, and thank goodness I did this with, my last job, or I probably wouldn't be where I am and doing what I do today. I would still be slogging away for people that just would like forget about you the next day if you left the company. It's just one of those things that it's like you have to go where you're appreciated and loved and the energy is good, and that's what you're working towards, and that is what you were meant to hear today. So I love and adore you guys, and I hope you have a great day. Love and light.